Now then, Bridgetown TV, please watch, like, subscribe, and like I always say, please share the clip. Here we are down at Grimsby Borough this afternoon. Score was Grimsby Borough 5, Bridgetown 2. We've got gaffer Mike Thompson who's joined us as usual straight after the game. Mike, your analysis on today's game, please, sir. Crosses into the area, maybe? No, I'm joking. Go on, over to you.
I mean, fair play to them. You know, they've pinned us in for a good 35 minutes in the first half, and I think, you know, down to their decent play and you know, from us, again, we deviated a little bit from what we expected the boys to do. But I think once we got a grip of the game for the last 10 minutes of the first half, I felt really confident. You know, we passed the ball around well. Denny got his goal, which changes things. You know, we don't really want half time, even though we're 2-1 down. But in the second half, mate, I think, you know, we laugh and giggle about analysis. We've had 14 shots on goal and scored a penalty.
Yeah, not including the penalty that 14. We was counting in the stands
in the second half, you know, and we've been powder puff in front of goal, and we've been powder puff defending our own goal, and that really is the top and bottom of today. You know, the standards that we set ourselves defensively have been nowhere near what we expect of them today. And in front of goal, you know, the kids, he's my man of the match by a country mile, the goalkeeper, but, you know,
we did whack him at him.
There's 2 or 3 that we should be doing better with.
Look at that one in the first half.
Yeah.
Obviously, Denny underneath the crossbar, Denny later on the one-on-one. I think it was, the keeper saved them, but I bet in them 1-on-1 situations, obviously, as gaffer,
it's big occasions, you know, at 3-2, you know, I feel like we're in the game and we're the better team, we're dominating the ball. You know, and again, you know, it's a weak goal that we concede, and at 4-2, you know, with 20 minutes to go, you're chasing a game.
Well, even at 10 minutes to go, I was thinking 5-all. I was thinking it's going to be one of those mad last 10 minutes.
Yeah. Well, when we score the penalty, we look at each other and think, you know, we're dominating the ball. I feel like they were breaking. That was the only way that was getting behind us. And it's defensive errors. You know, we've not been set right, and we've conceded sloppy goals. So, you know, not good in both boxes is probably the cheap, easy analysis to give today.
Obviously, 3 of their goals, well, 3 of them was high crosses in, where guys just literally jumped like a Sam and put his head on them. There's 3. And another one was a low cross in, which was a tap in. How does that happen when you have them like crosses coming in? And what is it, just lack of concentration? You as a defender yourself, mate, so this is your area, isn't it?
The first 2 are just nowhere near good enough for me. The first 2 in the first half, you know, the kids got 2 free headers. You know, there's been a little bit of moaning about a bit of blocking on the first one, but the second one is an absolute free header, which should never happen. The boys have got their roles and responsibilities, and they know what's expected. So, like I say, you know, that just ain't good enough. It ain't good enough. You're going to get punished at this level, and when you're giving a centre half a free header just outside the 6-yard box, he's going to score a goal. You know, we did the same last week to Tadcaster. You know, they give us a free header inside the 6-yard box, and Ben Lewis scores a goal. They've had 2 in the first half, and you know, I ain't going to take anything away from them boys because they've scored 5 goals. They're on a run of 11 games without defeat. But we've given them way too many easy chances today,
and not taking
and not being good enough in front of goal.
Yeah, because it could have been 5 or 6. Or it was a mad game to actually watch. Clinical finishing, like you say, that defending. So in all saying that, when you can't win the header, you make sure the other guy doesn't. You know, you get in the way or you do something, and it just, you know, frustrating day for your gaffer.
Yeah, it is a frustrating day because we pride ourselves in doing things right, and I feel like we set the boys up to do things right. You know, so individual errors when you expect them. We're at a level for a reason. You know, everyone's playing at whatever level they play at for a reason. But we haven't been like that for a while. You know, we haven't been really easy to break down, or, you know, we're resolute in the way that we do things defensively. So it was just a bit disappointing that, you know, 3 of them, specifically 3 of them, were way too easy to score. You know, and then,
but it was such a free-flowing game. I thought you kind of like adopted the Kevin Keegan style of management today, where if you score 5, I'm going to score 6, because that's how it was just a bit kamikaze football, wasn't it? Really, you know.
Well,
I think game of football to watch.
We offered them a little bit too much respect, I think, in the first 25 minutes, and they dominated the ball for that period of time. When we score, you know, they backed off as well. You know, so it was a little bit like that, but that's not the way I want it to be. You know, when we did get hold of the ball and we broke them down and we scored our goal, I liked the way we were playing. But like I said, you know, we scored a penalty, and at 3-2 you think you're in a game, and the way we conceded the fourth goal, it's just ludicrous. You know, it's ludicrous, and it shouldn't happen. So yeah, they're the ones that we need to knock out of us, and I think, like I said, fair play to these boys. They're on a run of 11 games without defeat. I think barring Worksop and Stocksbridge, they're the form team in the league. But it shouldn't have been a 5-2 game.
For me, it followed the pattern, and I know you've touched on it. It followed the pattern of the Taddy game, where we didn't, like normally before this Christmas running, you're normally quite on it quite early on, and it's like you're letting the other team have the first pop at it.
Yeah.
So if that first half hour against Taddy was the better team. Today, that first half hour, Grimsby was the better team. Is it that we're not just going for the throat straight away, or is it taking a while to grow in? What you're seeing there? Because last 2 games, it's like that first half hour, it's like we're saying to the other team, go on then.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you, Kev, because we've set them up in a way that they know, a way that we've played a lot this year.
You went back to a back four today as well, though, didn't you?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you tried to shore up from the back.
Yeah, we hadn't got a grip of the game in the first 25 minutes. You know, you can't deny it. It's just the way the game started. If we'd have gone in without scoring the goal that we did, you know, things might have been a little bit different. But as soon as we get that goal, you know, it feels like we're back in the game. We didn't want half time. You know, we've got the ball, yeah. So we didn't want half time. But then again, you know, classic us this season. 2 minutes on the clock in the second half, and we concede a goal.
Yeah.
And that's just, it's too difficult. Everything's an uphill battle. And it doesn't matter how much you dominate the ball, or you know you play decent football. When you're 2-1 down, 3-1 down, 4-2 down, you're forever chasing a game, and it's not the way we want it to be.
And normally, I know, like we laugh about it, consistent at being, consistent at being inconsistent. Yeah. But that midfield battle today, they looked a little bit better in maybe the centre of the park at times. We seemed to be a bit soft with the ball, turn it off a bit easy, which we don't normally do, I don't think.
Yeah, and it was difficult. I had to say to Andy at half time, if I bring you off, pal, it's because you're on a yellow and I can't afford to lose you.
Yeah.
You know, and that ended up being the case. When the game gets stretched, you know, he's one trip away from being sent off.
It's only a mouth thing, isn't it? It's not even a tackle.
Yeah, so it's one of those where we have to do it, mate.
Yeah,
I can't. We've been without Will Sutton, who's been our most consistent player for 2 weeks. We've won one, we've lost one. You know, I look at today and think he'd have given us something more. It'd be a bit more natural with him out on that left hand side. So we can't afford to lose players like that. So that was the reasoning with Andy. But yeah, we just didn't get a grip of him.
I said in the stand it was the right call. As soon as he gets that yellow, all it takes is a mass confrontation in the referee's face, you know, down to 10. So that was 100% the right call. But do you know what's nice? I know Christmas has kind of like knocked the pattern a bit. We sit here on a Monday, we've got Lincoln United at home Saturday. So our thoughts go to that. How was your changing? Was everyone fit, well, healthy?
Yeah, everyone's fit and healthy. They're disappointed though, you know, and so they should be, because we've come here off the back of Taddy, you know, looking at the games that we've got coming up, thinking that we can put a run together.
But now points over the Christmas bit.
Yeah, so it's halted us a little bit, but they've just got to pick themselves up straight away. You know, we know we've got a bit of bounce back ability in us, the way that we've done things this year. We've won one, we've lost one, we've won one, we've drawn one, we've won one, we've lost one.
We're with 5-0 on Saturday, mate. We forget about today, but
it's the way it goes.
Obviously, New Year, and it's our first bit. So happy New Year to all the Bridgetown TV subscribers and all that. What you got anything up your sleeve in the new year? I know we talk professional teams like transfer windows and stuff like that. Are you happy with what you're seeing, or have you got maybe a little surprise for the supporters up your sleeve out like that, or squad?
Yeah, we've got a few irons in the fire, mate. We've got a few irons in the fire that you might see in the coming weeks. So
you know, talk about positions of what these irons in the fires might be, because I know what I'm thinking, but you know.
No, I'll keep it under wraps until we get anything done, because it don't mean anything until, you know, someone's signed on a dotted line. So yeah, we've got a couple of irons in the fire, to be honest.
I thought you might have.
To improve us, and that's what we need. We always look for, we strive for. We want people to come in and push what we've already got, you know, and push people and make sure that there's not a shoe-in for a start and people get comfortable. That's the last thing that we want. And you know, it's always nice to freshen up. So yeah, we're looking at that, and we're having conversations. So you'll be the first to know.
Oh well, that's nice to know. And just moving on, obviously, like I say, I think the team looks totally different to maybe, let's say, 12, 18 months ago, and I think you're doing a cracking job. So what I would say is keep your head up, boss. And one thing as well, obviously, I know we get like a few hundred people that watch each of these videos, and obviously being the Bridgetown gaffer, any New Year message to say to our Bridgetown faithful who come home and away, really, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we said the same on Boxing Day about the Christmas period and things like that. You know, the support's huge. We see the same guys that come away and back us, and we love that, you know. So Saturday's important now. Saturday is important, and we need to get a result on Saturday. So, you know, the more the merrier in Queensgate, because when it's rocking, it's enjoyable.
And you know something as well. I'll reiterate that when we get the 300 plus crowds, I think the players love it, don't they? It's the atmosphere in Queensgate. We've got our ultras now that make a lot of noise. So I would be saying is obviously Saturday 3 o'clock. We have got Lincoln United, and like I say, if we go by your season, Tomo, we're going to win 5-0, aren't we?
Let's hope so.
Right, Gaffer, as usual, I always say thank you for talking to us after the game. Put it up in your ear to your boss.
Cheers.
Like always, please watch, like, subscribe. I always say please share, because I think if you share, more people will actually see this club that we love, Bridtown. Barring that, we'll see you Saturday, 5 o'clock. We'll get the Gaffer again. Bridtown TV out.